Guys, Mark Goldberg here from Mark Vlogs Watches with a quick word for your friend and mine, ArchieLuxury, Paul Pluta, AC3, Archibald Chesterfield III. You know, he invented the quick wristwatch check, and the rest of us on YouTube, well, we just stole it. Help keep Archie full-time on YouTube by liking this video, watching this video, tell your fuckhead friends, and make sure to subscribe to his Patreon. And now, ArchieLuxury.
Hi guys, I am Paul Pluta. We're on the Paul Pluta channel. Today we're doing a paid review for Julian. And this is paid review 9OC10. 9OC10. And before we do this paid review, let's do a quick wristwatch check because I invented the wristwatch check. I'm wearing a Girard-Perragaux Reverso Grande Date. This is my Sport Steel Stunner. Sport Steel Stunner. Okay, let's jump straight in. We're doing a paid review. Dear Pontiff, greetings from New York. Could you please review the newly released, okay, Chopard Alpine Eagle and compare it to the Girard-Perragaux Laureato 42mm blue or black dial on the steel bracelet. So let's have a talk about the first one, the Chopard Alpine. Now, let's have a talk about this. Firstly, let me just make a bit of a statement. I want to make a statement about these two brands, Chopard and Girard-Perragaux. I'm going to say this statement, so please, if you're doing something else, sit down and fucking listen. Let me say this. Julian, you would have to be a fucking moron to buy either brand. They are toxic sewer sludge. Let me just say that again in case you thought I said something positive. Stay the fuck away from that Swiss garbage. Okay, now let's have a talk here about Chopard Alpine Eagle. Now, first thing with Chopard is that's a great watch for the bitches. Chopard they're a high-end Swiss watch and jewelry manufacturer. They have the happy diamonds. They're very cool. If you've got a vagina, if you have a vagina, Chopard is cool. If you've got the plus instead of the minus, let's have a talk about this because I gotta be completely frank and honest with you. This watch here, what is it? Well, what's happened is Chopard has been soft as shit for many years, and they've said, right, what's hot on the market? Well, what's hot is the Royal Oak, the Patek Nautilus, and the Aquanaut. So they've gone and said, well, we got to make something that looks fucking similar. So that's exactly what they have done. Now I got to tell you, this range of watches goes back to the 1980s, where they had a collection of watches with the design and ethos of the early 80s. I gotta be honest with you, it's very as there's a great article on Hodinkee. Hodinkee talks about this, and Hodinkee's always so nice. He can't tell the truth. Like he tells the truth, but he's got to sugarcoat it. Whereas I can just be brutal and get straight to the point. Now, I gotta say this to you. It's, I gotta be completely frank and honest with you. It's, how do I say this? This watch here is just basically, they've looked at what's popular and they've fucking milked it for every fucking cent they can get there. Okay? The sports watch, Chopard, it might be useful to remember the St. Moritz. Yes, this was the 80s sports watch. and Chopard's Carl Freigerike Schniffel, released in 1980. It was 22-year-old newcomer. St. Moritz, that was a good brand of cigarettes. They were cool. So they've gone back to the St. Moritz, and they've kind of Royal Oaked it, Nautilused it a bit. Okay. And I gotta be honest with you. Yes, it's true. This is what Chopard did have. It's a the thing is that basically steel sports. That's what everyone wants. Steel sports. And you know, I gotta be quite frank with you. They've done a few interesting things. One of them is the Eagle. The Alpine Eagle is the introduction of a new proprietary alloy of stainless steel called Lucent Steel A223, okay, which is composed partially of recycled stainless steel. Okay, thank you. It's 50% more resistant to abrasion than conventional steel. Okay, all of the case, the bracelet components, whether steel or gold, are made in-house by Chopard. Thank you. It's 100 meters water resistant. Okie dokie. Now, I gotta be honest with you. 41 mil in size is a modern size. Very clever. Very, very clever. And they've got a few, they've also got 18 karat ethical rose gold. Fuck, I hate this PC shit. Fuck me dead. So, prices are starting at, this is US dollars, $12,900 for the 41 mil steel, and $19,700 for the two-tone. They've also got a 36 mil version which starts at $10,100. They've also got diamond accent versions, yada yada yada. And for all the gold, which is $45,200 with varying amounts of diamonds. Okie dokie. So I gotta be completely frank with you. Is it a nice looking watch? Look, it's semi decent. It is semi decent. The appearance is semi decent, but I wouldn't fucking buy one. I wouldn't fucking buy one. If you want something like that, I would buy the IWC Ingenua 3227. That's the one I had. You know, the Gerald Genta design. The Genta designed one. That's the one I had. I had that one. And I gotta tell you, this Chopard's not for men. You gotta have a vagina to buy Chopard. It's not a man's brand, okay? Now, the next thing we're comparing this fucking thing to is Girard-Perragaux. Now, I've got to be completely frank. Girard-Perragaux is a brand I have hated for fucking years. I fucking hate Girard-Perragaux. And there was an excellent documentary. I'll put a link, called Time Machines. And they went around interviewing some famous people in the watch industry, and they actually interviewed the head guy in London, Girard-Perragaux, and he just really fucking annoyed me. I'll put the link. Time Machines. It was an excellent documentary. I remember I've watched it about 100 times. It's fantastic documentary. It's got Tom Bolt in it, who's a famous UK watch celebrity now. It's kind of how do I put it? It's okay. So let's have a look though. Girard-Perragaux Laureato 42 mils. So this is a watch here that I really, from starters, it's also, they've copied the Royal Oak and the The Nautilus, that's where they've seen the money. They want the money. Show me the money. This is just so fucking blatant. It's just ridiculous, okay? Oh my god, okay. So it's the Girard-Perragaux. And I admit I've seen this in the flesh. I've seen it in Singapore. I saw it in Singapore. Now, I gotta be honest with you. They are fucking out of their mind there. They had a limited edition version which they were asking 15,000 US fucking, just fucking lunacy. Absolute lunacy. The Laureate there, they've introduced some interesting, they had the Laureate, they had a tourbillon. But let's have a look at the 42 mil. And I must admit, this is actually an attractive watch if it wasn't such a fucking blatant design copy of the fucking Royal Oak and the Nautilus. And it's, I gotta be honest with you, it's just fucking uninspiring. It's, they've done a few things here. They've really tweaked it. There's a great Hodinkee article on this watch here. They had a they got the new one is the 42. They had a 41. Last year's model was a 41, so they fucked up the sizing, and they dropped the price from 14,300 to 11,000. And it's providing a healthy dose of. This is from the Hodinkee article. They're comparing it to a Piaget Polo S, which I fucking can't stand. And the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak 15400, well, that's now the 15500 in terms of pricing. And I've got to be completely honest with you. It is absolute fucking lunacy. Absolutely lunacy. Girard-Perragaux has always been a soft, toxic, dog shit brand. Absolutely toxic. If you want one of these Gerald Gentry inspired fucking things, go and do yourself a favor. Get yourself an IWC Ingenieur. Okay? Get yourself one of those. You can buy those secondhand, $4,000 US. Okay? I had the 3227, which used the in-house movement. That is the pick of the cream. It was 42.5 mils. It was big. It was chunky. It was everything this Girard-Perragaux will never fucking be. And I've got to be honest with you. Yes, the look of it, it looks nice. It's kind of a cross between. It kind of looks. The bracelet reminds me of Vacheron Constantin. I can see IWC with the Guilloche type pattern. Probably not real Guilloche, knowing Girard-Perragaux. It's quite. All they did is they left the screws off out of the bezel. And I've got to be completely honest with you. Fucking toxic. Girard-Perragaux is toxic. You want to buy one like a Gerald Gentry inspired watch, go for the IWC Ingenieur. They're fucking on the second-hand market. You can't give that shit away. And I sold it to Luxuria Watches. Cove, Luxuria Sydney, used to be Sydney Watch Exchange. And he said to me, you know, Arch, if you were selling it again, I wouldn't fucking take it. And that was the IWC, which was a bargain, absolute fucking bargain. It'd been serviced by IWC, box papers. It was bloody nice. And it belonged to the Pontiff. So I got to be honest with you. You want me to compare the two? Which one would I prefer out of the two? A fucking Chopard or the Girard-Perragaux? Fuck, that's a hard one. They're both toxic sludge. I'd have to say they're both fucking toxic sludge. I'd probably go Chopard. It's probably Even though you need to have a vagina to have a Chopard, I'd say it's slightly more prestigious than Girard-Perragaux, which is... I hate that brand. I really fucking hate that brand. So, there you go. My best advice, avoid like the plague. You've got to have fucking rocks in your fucking nogger to buy that shit. Absolute fucking stupidity. Fucking stupidity. That's all I can say there. I don't know why you'd look at that shit. Rolex and Patek. That's it, man. Rolex, Patek, the Royal Oak from Audemars Piguet. That's about it, okay? This other shit, fuck! Fucking toxic sewage! Fucking toxic sewage. So guys, remember, like, subscribe, tell your fuckhead friends, put some nasty comments below. And guys, remember, I can't survive on Google Ads. I need the income from paid reviews. Paid reviews keep me full-time on YouTube. So, please guys, get a few videos done. If you haven't had a paid review, you haven't done a collection review, let me know. I'll do it for you, $50 US, and I'll tell you what I think. I'll be honest and truthful, and you can show it to all your friends. I'm Paul Pluta. Tell me what you fuckaroonies think of that. Nice one, Arch. Great fucking video.
Oh. Hey Archie Luxury fans, if you're into luxury, then you gotta be into 66 Buick Rivieras. Check out my son and I, Alex, as we restore this beautiful 66 Buick.
Neighbors are having a picnic, you know, having fun and stuff. Me, I'm doing cars. It's what I've done my whole life.
David SW. David SW. David SW. Who does ArchieLuxury recommend is the greatest grey market dealer in America? There's only one choice. David SW. That's right, guys. I've got to tell you the honest truth. I have for a long time been looking for the perfect answer. Who do I recommend people go to see? Who do I recommend that people can go and buy watches? And I've got to be honest with you. The greatest pre-owned dealer for Rolex, Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet is David SW. David SW. David SW. DavidSW.com. That's right, guys. I have been looking for a contact who I can very nicely refer people to. I am not in the selling business. Customer service, I'm too old to sell watches. I'm too old. I like to recommend my viewers to a reliable source. In Australia, I've got some great sources. There's Sydney Watch Exchange with Cove, Ronnie at Vintage Watch Co, Shani at European Watch Gallery. And in America, who is the best source for pre-owned Rolex? For all the hot models? There's only one person I would recommend, David SW. David SW, David SW. That is the premier source for pre-owned Rolex. I gotta be completely frank and honest with you. Guys, if you are looking for a hot Rolex model, there is only one place you can go to. David SW. David SW. David SW. Let's be honest, guys. There's no point schmoozing the dealers, the ADs. They're just a waste of time. Unless you're going to buy 20 pieces, you are wasting your time. What you're better off to do is pay the market premium and go to a good pre-owned dealer. Who do I recommend? David S.W. David S.W. David S.W. That's correct, guys. I want to tell you this now. I 100% stand behind David S.W. David S.W., the greatest pre-owned dealer in the entire United States of America. That's right, the greatest pre-owned dealer for Rolex, for Patek Philippe, for Audemars Piguet, David S.W. He even does things like FP Journe. David S.W. David S.W. David S.W. That's right. If you want to buy a pre-owned Rolex, a Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet, there's only one good source I would recommend. David S.W. David S.W. David S.W. I'm Paul Pluta, the method actor who plays Archibald Chesterfield III, and I'm proud to recommend David S.W. See you later. Thank you for watching this channel.